Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about another important problem for biodiversity. What do you call threats to biodiversity? That is over exploitation. You know very well, too much population damaging our environment, our ecosystems. So you observe carefully what is going on in the environment, what is happening in the society. Observe if you very carefully in the sense we depend on nature. We depend on nature for our basic needs such as food. So compulsory we will depend on nature for what? Food, shelter. Okay, compulsory. So where we are living in the nature only. Shelter compulsory. Okay, food compulsory. We have to take the food means we have to depend on nature. For example, photosynthesis. The plants utilize the sunlight and minerals from the soil, carbon dioxide from air. These all are natural products, right? Sunlight, air, carbon dioxide, and what you call the soil, minerals, nutrients. So these all are natural. With that only they are preparing the food. Means products of the photosynthesis. Like cereals, pulses, fruits, vegetables. Okay, that one we are taking. And we are getting energy, right? So we are depending naturally, directly or indirectly on nature for what? For food and shelter. It's a basic need. So what is going on nowadays? Need is becoming greed. Very dangerous. Need should not become a greed. What I said, need not become a greed. But nowadays the problem is need is becoming what you called? Need becomes greed. Because of that only we are facing so many problems. Need becomes greed. So what is happening? It leads to over exploitation of natural resources. Too much usage of natural resources. Over exploitation. Over exploitation of natural resources. So what to do? What to do? We have to think. Okay. Over too much exploitation. It leads to over exploitation of natural resources. Too much. So what will happen? You see, excessive exploitation of a species reduces the size of its population to such a level that is become vulnerable extinction. What is the meaning of that? Excessive exploitation of a species reduces the size of its population to such a level that it becomes vulnerable to extinction. So vulnerable to extinction. Excessive exploitation of a species reduces the size of its population. By competition will be arise so many problems to such a level that is become vulnerable to extinction. So, for example, what happened? Dodo, passenger pigeon, and stellar sea cow have become extinct in the last 200 to 300 years. Which one? The dodo, passenger pigeon, and stellar sea cow. Dodo, passenger pigeon, and stellar sea cow have become extinct in the last 200 to 300 years. What is dodo? It's a bird. Even passenger pigeon also, and sea cow, stellar sea cow. Very important need bits. Very important need bits. Dodo, passenger pigeon, and stellar sea cow. Okay, need bits. So these all are what happened? The completely extinct. In the last extinct become extinct in the last how many? 200 to 300 years. So what is the reason? Because of over exploitation by humans. Human only mainly damaging the all the things. Over exploitation. Okay, by humans. Overfishing. See now, over exploitation after overfishing. Due to population pressure. Due to population pressure leads to many marine fish, okay, declining around the world. Because of which one? This marine fishes. Because of too much population pressure, what happened? Overfishing. So overfishing due to population pressure leads to many marine fish declining around the world. Many marine fishes are reducing, declining because of population pressure. So dodo, passenger pigeon, and stellar sea cow have been extinct, and even fish also declining around the world due to this over exploitation. So excessive exploitation of species reduces the size of its population to such a level that becomes vulnerable extinction. So very dangerous. Exotic species invasion. One more problem. Alien species are there. Exotic means alien species. Okay. Non-native or alien. What is the meaning of exotic? Non-native. Not a native. Then what? Outside. Alien species or organisms. Often. What I am saying is, organisms often introduced unintentionally. Exotic species are alien species introduced unintentionally or deliberately for commercial purpose. So what will happen? So as a biological control agents and other uses, biological control agents and other uses point of view, they brought from the other countries. They often become invasive. Okay, they often become invasive and drive away the local species and considered as the second cause extinction of second major cause for the extinction of species. What's the meaning of this? For example, what you called Icarnia, water hyacinth. What you called unintentionally or deliberately. What happened? That is spreaded like anything and damaged our native species, especially pond related species, plants. So what I am telling is, alien species are damaging our native species. They are not allowing a grow other native species growth. So because of that, we are losing the what you call variety of species in our India. So best example, what? Exotic species invasion, unintentionally or deliberately for commercial purpose as biological control agents or other uses. They often become invasive. They often become invasive and drive away the local species, and is considered as the second major cause for the extinction of species. So second major causes of extinction. See, from where another country that is coming to our country and destroying and damaging our own native country species. So this kind of problem is second major problem. See, already over exploitation, what happened? Dodo, passenger pigeon, stellar sea cow have completely extincted. That is a one reason. And overfishing due to population pressure leads to many marine fishes declining around the world. So these all are the problems. Okay, need should not convert into greed. When the need becomes greed, these problems are coming. So these are the very, very important. So need becomes greed. Need becomes greed. That is a major problem of the what you call extinction of the variety of species. This is a point you should have to remember. Next, another important point we are discussing is the second major cause of extinction is alien species of invasion. So what I am telling, this one you have to remember. Exotic species are proved harmful to both the aquatic and terrestrial ecosystem. So exotic species are harmful for what? Exotic species have proved harmful, very important. The alien species are harmful to both aquatic and what you called terrestrial fishes. Exotic species have proved harmful to both aquatic and terrestrial ecosystems. Aquatic and terrestrial ecosystems. For example, tilapia fish. Tilapia fish, what you called this one? It is called jalebi Jilabi Kandai. What is called? Jilabi Kandai. Jilabi Kandai. Tilapia fish, Jilabi Kandai, is also called Oreochromis mozambicus. Oreochromis mozambicus. Very important scientific name. Tilapia fish, Jilabi Kandai, is also called Oreochromis mozambicus. What it is done? So, introduced from east coast of South Africa. From where? East coast of South Africa in 1952 for its high productivity, due to which so what happened, you see, tilapia fish, Jilabi Kandai, Oreochromis mozambicus, east coast of South Africa in 1952 for its high productivity. So what happened into Kerala, especially you see 1952 for its high productivity into Kerala, inland water native species, what you call Punitus dubious. Okay, these names must and should, you should have to remember what you called Punitus dubious. Okay, Punitus dubious. Next, Labio. Okay, next what? Labio conitus face local extinction. Face local extinction. Observe very carefully. Once again, I am telling to you, tilapia fish, Jilabi Kandai, Oreochromis mozambicus. Oreochromis mozambicus introduced. Oreochromis mozambicus introduced. Where? From where? From east coast of South Africa in 1952 for its high productivity into Kerala's inland waters. So everyone thought it's a very good and productivity is more, like that they felt, and they introduced it into the Kerala inland waters. Then what happened, you see, that time they become invasive, due to which the native species such as Punitus dubius, and Labiocontius, Punitus dubius, Labiocontius, what happened, face a local extinction. Punitus dubius, Labiocontius face what? Local extinction. This is a very important. Next, Amazon sailfish. This is another important. Amazon sailfin fish. What is it? Amazon sailfin fish. Amazon sailfin fish. Okay. What happened here in this case? Amazon sailfin catfish. Amazon sailfin catfish. Okay, catfish is responsible for destroying the fish population in the wetlands of Kolkata. Amazon sailfin catfish is responsible for the control of reduction of fish population in wetland of Kolkata. So what is the fish name? Amazon sail catfish is responsible for destroying the fish population in the wetlands of Kolkata. Next, come to another example. Nail perch. Regard nail perch. So it is located, it is present, actually the native place of nail perch is from where it seems. It is Lake Victoria fish. Okay, a predatory fish into what you call the introduction of nail perch, a predatory fish into where they introduced into the East Africa, into Lake Victoria. So nail perch introduced to the East Africa's Lake Victoria. Then what happened, you see, lead to the extinction of ecological unique assemblage of more than 200 nature species of cichlid fish in the lake. Once imagine the condition, the problem. One nail perch introduced in the Lake Victoria of East Africa. Then it is become invasive, and because of that nail perch, 200 nature species of cichlid fish in the lake completely. So what happened is more than 200 natural species of cichlid fish in the lake extinct. So how much dangerous you can estimate. So nail pitch completely main reason for the extinction of an ecologically unique assemblage of more than 200 nature species of cichlid fish in the lake. Very important need bit, all the need bits. So nail pitch, Queen Lake Victoria from East Africa. Okay, because of that 200 nature species of cichlid fish in the lake extincted. Next, another important example for the what you called the exotic species invasion. Come on here. African apple snail is called Echatina fulica. Echanta fulica or Echatina fulica. What you called Echanta, not Echatina. What you call this is Echatina fulica. This is a very important Echatina. Okay, Echatina fulica, what do you call African apple snail, is the most invasive. African apple Echatina fulica is the most invasive among all alien fauna in India. Most invasive. Okay, compare with all, it have most powerful invasive. It will be spread in India. So what happened, you see? The mollusk was first reported in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. First, this African apple snail identified in the Andaman Nicobar Islands. So, what it done? It's now found across the country and threatens the habitat of several native species. Now it is everywhere in the India. It threatens the habitat of several native species. See, threatens the habitat of several native species. Moreover, it has become a vicious pest in vegetable farms. Vicious pest in the vegetable pest, unwanted. Okay, disturbing the normal or useful things. So useful plants. Vicious pest in the vegetable farms. So African apple snail, what do you call it? Achatina. Okay, what do you call that one? Achatina fulica is the most invasive among all alien fauna in India. Andaman Nicobar Islands, first identified. It threatens the habitat of several native species. It's become a vicious pest in vegetable farms. Next, another one, exotic earthworms. Exotic earthworms compete for food with native varieties. Exotic earthworms compete for food with native varieties and deplete their population. Exotic earthworms compete for food with native varieties, deplete their population in soil. So deplete their population in the soil. So what happened? Now observe carefully. Papaya millebug, Paracoccus marginatus. What do you call? Papaya millebug. What do you call? The scientific name is Paracoccus marginatus. A native of Mexico and Central America, is believed to have destroyed huge crops of papaya. So what is that one? Once again I am telling to you, exotic earthworms compete for food with native varieties and deplete their population in the soil. Next, another one, papaya millebug or Paracoccus marginatus is a native of Mexico and Central America. Is believed to have destroyed huge crops of what do you call? Huge crops of papaya. Which one? In which states? Assam, West Bengal, and Tamil Nadu. So what is that one? Papaya millebug, Paracoccus marginatus. Papaya millebug, Paracoccus marginatus destroyed the huge papaya in Assam, West Bengal, and Tamil Nadu. Assam, West Bengal, and Tamil Nadu. So like this, the what you called alien species invasion or exotic species invasion and over exploitation damaging our ecosystems, our biodiversity. So very carefully, there are threats to biodiversity, these three. So we should have to control, otherwise these kind of populations will be damages the total ecosystems and the environments. Okay, biodiversity. So what are the need bits? Dodo, passenger pigeon, stellar cow, sea cow, extincted. and Julabi Kendai, Tilapia fish, Oreochromis mozambicus, east coast of South Africa in 1952. For its high productivity in Kerala inland waters, native species like Pulitas dubius, Labio conidius face local extinction. Face what? Local extinction.